So I thought we'd start today with an overview of 2023 as we're in the start of 2024, just to have a little look backwards before we can see the more positive picture maybe for 2024. As an overview, 2023 was quite turbulent in terms of rates. The raising of the Bank of England rate did cause a lot of concern both in the general public and the banking industry, so they raised their rates accordingly. However, things have settled since that, both with economic policy, domestic and abroad, although we still have the ongoing issues with Russia and Ukraine, which do affect our economy. They have stabilised over the latter part of the year. One of the biggest impacts to lending during 2023 was the stress rate that sat behind our buy-to-let portfolios. So we were really struggling to move buy-to-let mortgages at the beginning of 2023. As the year has gone on, lenders have reduced that down, and now we're seeing quite substantial reductions in both interest rates on the charge rate and the stress rate, which is great news for landlords, because a lot of them thought that they were property locked and they couldn't move anywhere and were thinking of selling their properties. They don't need to do that. So anybody who's thinking about that now needs to revisit that decision and speak to a mortgage advisor like myself. Moving on to 2024, we have seen some really positive press, and I'm seeing rates changing constantly. We actually this week broke the 4% barrier and went down onto 3.94 with a lender. As we speak, that rate may change because they are inundated because it's lower. However, there is currently a rate war with all of our lenders. So as one drops, the other will follow because it gives the other lenders the confidence. So as I've probably mentioned in previous pieces, it's not just about what the Bank of England rate are doing with their rates that affects rates that are put out there by the lenders. It's also service. Lenders are very much driven by the Net Promoter Score. So if a lender is inundated with applications, even if they've got the funding in the background to continue that lend, they will draw the rate because they can't continue the service levels. And it has such a reputational impact, they will actually draw the rate early. But as they draw their rate, another lender will jump in to take their position. So at the minute, they're all jostling for position. One of the key things and one of the key advantages of having a financial advisor is that we are aware of those rate changes all of the time. So if it's on average, it takes for a house purchase 4 months for a mortgage to complete. During that 4-month period, the rate could drop by 0.75%. That's a big impact on your monthly payment. And as an advisor, we're on it and we're changing it and we're updating it in the background, and you don't have to do anything. So overall, much more positive picture at the moment for 2024. So a great time to look at your finances, have a little look at your mortgage, see when it's due. A lot of mortgages are due for remortgage in 2024, huge numbers. Round springtime actually is where the expected highest numbers. So have a little look and see when that's due, and make sure you contact somebody like myself.